and as power required to keep the plate in motion. So the plate is horizontal. If the plate is plate is considered in horizontal motion, then the power required will be only opposite to that of the drag force. So here the drag force is considered. We know that power is equal to force into velocity divided by 1000. So it is coming as 0.519 kilowatt. So that is the answer for the numerical first on lift and drag. Let us now see the second numerical for the lift and drag. In this, a man weighing 981 Newton descends to the ground from aeroplane with the help of parachute against the resistance of air. The shape of the parachute is hemispherical of 2 meter diameter. Find the velocity of the parachute with which it comes down. Assume CD equal to 0.5 and rho for the air. It is given as 0.00125 grams per cc, and the nu, that is the kinematic viscosity, as 0.015 Stokes. Okay, so let us come to the definition of the problem. The weight of the man is given. So the man is coming down to the ground through the aeroplane with the help of parachute. So the parachute is a body here, okay, which is moving, okay, and that is coming down. So there is a velocity of the parachute that you have to calculate. Okay, so it is, there is air opposing the motion to that of the parachute. So in the from the figure it is clear that the drag force is acting in vertically upward direction and the weight of the body is acting in the vertically downward direction. Under equilibrium condition, Fd will be equal to W, and here we have to use the formula again. Fd is equal to CD into capital A into rho u square by 2. Fd, you know, that is, it is W, it is 981. CD, it is given as 0.5. Area, now area for the parachute, that you will take the hemispherical area of the parachute. So the projected area for the hemisphere will be nothing but the circle. As the parachute goes down, the projected area will be circle. So it will be pi by 4 into d square divided by 2. That is nothing but pi by 4 into 2, sorry, it is pi by 4 into d square, not divided by 2. So it is the area of the circle, and that is coming as pi meter square. So it is very simple numerical now. Fd is equal to CD into A into rho u square by 2. Our aim is to find capital U, what is the velocity of the parachute. So put the value of Fd 981 and all the values, CD, capital A, rho, as it is given as 0.00125 gram per cc, that is cubic centimeter. So convert it into kilogram per meter cube. Okay, it is meter cube, and it is coming as 1.25 kilogram per meter cube. So if you calculate, you will get the velocity of the parachute as 31.60. So such numericals are coming on lift and drag, which are very simple. Now in this numerical, it is asked to calculate the velocity of the parachute. In some numericals, it may be given the velocity of the parachute and you will be asked to find the drag force. Okay, so you have to put the value of velocity and calculate the drag force. So very simple numericals on lift and drag. So with this, we have come to an end of second portion of this unit number 6, that is the lift and drag force on the submerged body. Now let us come to the last part of this unit, that is the separation of boundary layer. As already I have told you that we cannot avoid the boundary layer. Boundary layer is there as far as there is a solid boundary. Only what are the effects of this boundary layer on the solid body, that we are going to study. And what happens if that boundary layer is going to remain along that surface as it is, or it is going to detach from that surface in between. So what will be the conditions? For that, we are going to consider one surface, and over that surface we are going to study the boundary layer. So let us see whether this boundary layer is continuously remaining along with that surface, or there is some point where this boundary layer is detaching from the surface, or it is cut from the surface and it will be not in contact with the surface at all. So it is quite interesting to study the concept of separation of boundary layer, and whether the separation of boundary layer is useful for the application point of view or it is harmful. That is the part of study. So now if you see in the diagram, the boundary layer formation is very clear to you now that it is happening at the surface. Okay, now you see in the diagram it is A, B, C, S, D. Okay, all these are the points on the solid boundary. Now as you know that as you go along the surface, okay, the shear stress, okay, that tau, that is acting on the solid boundary because of the fluid, and that is opposing the motion of the body itself, and because of that the pressure goes on decreasing. Okay, the pressure gradient is going on decreasing along the surface because the resistance is there for the fluid, because of which the pressure decreases along the surface of the body. So it is the pressure gradient which decides the separation of the boundary layer. Now if you see, the surface is curved one, and the area along the surface, it will not be always same. The area may change in between depending upon the shape of the body. Now as we know from Bernoulli's equation, if there is change in velocity, then there is a change in pressure, and there is change in area also. If area is more, velocity is less, pressure is more. If area is less, velocity is more, pressure is less. That we have studied from Bernoulli's equation. So as far as the separation of the boundary layer is concerned, in short, you just remember that the pressure difference or the pressure gradient dP by dx, as a general phenomenon, as the fluid flows further, the pressure goes on decreasing, and it is a good sign that the pressure should go on decreasing. That is a favorable condition, that any fluid is moving from high pressure to low pressure. So low pressure is good sign. If the pressure goes on decreasing along the length, then no problem. Then the boundary layer will remain as it is, or it will be there to the solid boundary, or it will be attached to the solid boundary. But the problem comes when the pressure gradient becomes positive. Means the pressure gradient becomes positive means the pressure goes on increasing. The normal trend is the pressure should go on decreasing, okay, from higher pressure to lower pressure. But if because of change in area, change in velocity, the pressure gradient is increasing, or the pressure at the downstream side is more than the pressure at the upstream side, then there is a phenomenon that is called as a separation of the boundary layer. So separation of the boundary layer is nothing but, as you see in the figure, if you see the point S, the point S is the last point where you will see that the boundary layer is in contact with the solid boundary of the solid body, of the boundary of the solid body. As soon as you come after the point S, there is a increment in pressure gradient, or the pressure starts increasing instead of decreasing. That is because of the increase in area and decrease in velocity. Okay, so pressure starts increasing, and because the pressure has started increasing, there is a wake formation. If you see the circles, the formation of wakes, or the what we can call it as a rotational flow takes place, and there is some negative velocity gradient which is seen in the figure as in negative y direction. Okay, so that is because of the positive pressure gradient, and there after point S the boundary layer is detaching from the surface and it is leaving the surface, and because of this wake formation there is some uneven pressure distribution, or you can say there is mm, some movement is happening at the back end of the surface, and the body starts wobbling, or it starts wibble of the body takes place, and because of that the separation of the boundary layer is not a favorable condition. So boundary layer should not detach from the surface, or it should not separate from the surface, because if it separates then the pressure gradient increases and there is a formation of wake, and that disturbs the solid body motion, and that's why it should not happen. So is it clear that separation of the boundary layer should not happen? So how will you come to know that whether the boundary layer will separate or not for the given velocity profile? So depending upon the mathematics and the pressure gradient and the velocity gradient, there are some conditions. Based on that you are deciding the separation of boundary layer. So let us study these conditions of separation of boundary layer. You know, from the laminar flow between two parallel plates we have seen one expression, dava u by dava y is equal to minus 1 by 2 mu dava p by dava x into t minus 2y. Just in brief, I will tell you this dava p by dava x and dava u by dava y has relation between with each other. So dava p by dava x is pressure gradient, dava u by dava y is the velocity gradient. So now we know that if dava p by dava x is less than 0, that it is the negative pressure gradient, then the condition is a favorable pressure, favorable condition for the boundary layer. Okay, so boundary layer remains attached to the surface. But if dava p by dava x becomes greater than 0, then the condition becomes unfavorable. And if dava p by dava x is equal to 0, then that is the point of separation. From that point the boundary layer is about to detach, or it is about to separate. So in the above expression the thickness T is infinite, as there is only one bottom plate and no other plate, as we have seen from Newton's law of viscosity. Okay, so let us take this thickness T as infinite, or we don't know the other end. So that's why this T minus 2y, this is a positive term, and from the expression if T minus 2y is positive, then dava u by dava y is inversely varying with dava p by dava x. So if dava p by dava x is positive, dava u by dava y will be negative. If dava u by dava y is positive, dava p by dava x will be negative, and vice versa. Why I am telling this? Because the conditions for separation of boundary layer are more related to the velocity variation than the pressure gradient or the pressure variation, because we have seen the velocity profile and we know the equation for velocity. So here the three conditions for separation of boundary layer, that if dava p by dava x is less than 0 or dava u by dava y is greater than 0 at mentioning at y is equal to 0, because when you integrate the equation dava u by dava y, or when you solve for dava u by dava y, when you differentiate the velocity profile, then you have to find the value at y is equal to 0, that is near to the solid boundary. Okay, what is the condition? So if at that condition if the dava u by dava y is coming greater than 0, then the boundary layer is not separating. If dava u by dava y is equal to 0 at y is equal to 0, or dava p by dava x is equal to 0, then the boundary layer is about to separate. It is at the point S. So it is after that it is going to detach. And if dava u by dava y for the given profile, velocity profile, is less than 0 at y is equal to 0, or dava p by dava x is greater than 0, then the boundary layer gets separated, which is not a favorable condition. So we should find dava u by dava y from the given velocity profile and calculate it and check it whether it is coming less than 0, greater than 0 or equal to 0. So remember, if dabba u by dabba y is greater than 0, it is a favorable condition. If dabba u by dabba y is equal to 0, it is about to separate, and if dabba u by dabba y is negative or less than 0, then the boundary layer is going to separate. It is not desirable condition, or it is called as an adverse condition. So let us take one numerical on separation of boundary layer, and that is the end of the unit number 6. So in this numerical, we have to just test whether the boundary layer is going to detach, or it is going to attach, or it is going to be on the point of separation. So let us see the numerical. For the following velocity profiles, determine whether the flow has separated or on the verge of separation or will attach with the surface. So there are three velocity profiles given. First, it is given small u upon capital U is equal to 3 by 2 y by delta minus 1 by 2 y by delta bracket cube. Second is u by capital U is equal to 2 into y by delta square minus y by delta cube. And third, u by capital U is equal to minus 2 into y by delta plus y by delta bracket square. So again, this is very simple. Just you have to see the velocity profile. Take the velocity u in terms of the capital velocity u and y and delta. So here, if you see the first case, u is equal to small u is equal to 3u by capital 3u by 2 into y by delta minus u by 2 into y by delta cube. If you take the derivative of u, partial derivative of u with respect to y, then if you solve it, take the differentiation with respect to y, then you will get the answer as dabba u by dabba y is equal to 3u by 2 delta minus 3u by 2 into y by delta square. And if you put y is equal to 0, that is dabba u by dabba y at y is equal to 0, you will get the answer 3u by 2 delta, and which is coming positive. The sign is positive, hence the flow will not separate. So if dabba u by dabba y is positive, the flow will not separate. That already we have seen. So the boundary layer will remain attached with the surface, and that is the favorable condition. So this velocity profile is a good profile which should be followed. Second velocity profile, it is u by capital U is equal to 2 into y by delta bracket square minus y by delta bracket cube. If you solve again for u, dabba u by dabba y, and put the value of y equal to 0 inside that differentiation, then the answer at y is equal to 0, it is coming 0, and just that is the condition of the point of separation. So the flow is about to separate. It is on the verge of separation. So the second case, it is nothing but the boundary layer is about to separate. Okay, so from this onwards, the boundary layer will detach. Okay, so it is acceptable condition under certain circumstances. But the third profile is showing you that the value of dabba u by dabba y at y is equal to 0 is coming minus 2u upon delta, which is negative 1, and this negative sign shows that the flow has separated and it is not a favorable condition. So this velocity profile should not be preferred as the boundary layer is detached from the surface. So friends, this is about the separation of the boundary layer. Now I have already told you that the separation of the boundary layer is not favorable condition. So we have to avoid the separation of boundary layer. So there are some methods for avoiding the separation of boundary layer. So what are that methods that I have mentioned here? Because the separation, why separation is not required? If there is a separation, then you will see that there is a backflow and eddies are continuously formed in the region, and that disturbs the motion of the solid body, and hence continuous loss of energy also takes place. This separation of boundary layer is undesirable, and hence attempts should be made to avoid the separation of this boundary layer by various methods. Which are that methods? So these are some of the methods that you have to try such that the boundary layer should remain attached to the solid body. So what are the possible ways? Let us provide some slot inside the solid body only, so that this fluid will get sucked inside that slot and it will not detach from the surface. Let us supply some additional energy from some external device, from blower, and it will force that air on the to remain attached to the solid surface. Let us supply some let us provide some bypass or the slotted wing to that solid body, so that it will turn that fluid to the attached to the surface. Many such methods are there. Just you provide some smooth surface or guiding surface to that solid surface, and so that it will guide the flow along that zone. So guide blades are also used in some surfaces like bend or elbow. The sharp edges are detaching the boundary layer, so you have to use a smooth or curved guiding blades for. So that's why in nowadays the shape of the vehicles or aeroplane, it is a streamlined shape because of the attachment of the boundary layer along the streamline or the what we can call it as aerofoil shape that is used, because the boundary layer remains attached to that aerofoil shape. That's why that shape has come into what you can say come into use nowadays for the aeroplanes and for all the vehicles also. So friends, this is about unit number 6. I hope you have understood the main points about this unit, and I'll suggest you that you just go through the numericals, okay, based on the boundary layer thickness, displacement thickness, momentum thickness, energy thickness, as well as lift and drag, and the boundary layer separation. Very simple numericals, nothing in that. One numerical is coming there in the exam for at least 9 to 10 marks. So don't miss this chance to solve that numerical as well as theory. Already I have explained you much about the theory. Just go through the books for better clarification. So I hope you have understood this unit. We'll take the unit number 5 in the coming days. So best of luck. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.